Hello everyone and welcome to the patch notes for S.T.A.L.K.E.R Gamma 0.9.3 update 3rd anniversary. That's right, 3rd anniversary of Gamma. Now originally I thought this was supposed to be at 3 p.m. I swear Discord said 3 p.m. but apparently it was 3 a.m. so I am recording this in a rush because I need to stream. Alright, so we're going to go over all the changes, all the patch notes, and at the very end I'll give my opinion on whether this seems like a good update or what this update may change. Some of this is nice, like stealth kill detection fix, that's very good. A lot of these are animations, even more hideout furniture, which is great because what that means is you can build a base essentially. You can build like walls and a roof. It's very nice. NPCs don't attack boxes. That's good and bad because that means the monolith in the hallways of the CMPP will no longer stop to shoot boxes instead of you. A lot of these are new weapons and reanimations. 3D shader scopes is an amazing mod that I actually use very frequently on my Gamma playthrough. Basically, it tries to emulate what picture-in-picture scopes are, and if you've never seen them before, basically what it does is it adds like an actual parallax effect and it looks super nice. Mil-Spec PDA, which is a mod that I had in my EFP pack but I have never actually used. New tier 4 PDA that shows all squads on the map including enemies. As you can see, this thing is quite overpowered. I think the quote-unquote balance of it is that it drains a ton of energy. Cannot be bought or found, must be crafted from rare parts in PDA 3.1, so it is going to take a while to get this. Ooh, now this one, I don't know how I feel about dynamic emission cover. Now, while this sounds really cool, it's also kind of jank. The last time that I used this mod, basically you were able to just crawl into any pipe and then you would just magically survive an emission. It allowed you to survive emissions in really, really dumb situations. I don't know how good of a mod this is going to end up being. So as you can see, based on the screenshots, you can hide in like a tiny shed or like inside of a pipe or this, that, and the other. So in my opinion, this makes the game a bit too easy, but we'll see if he increased maybe emission frequency or something. More weapons, more reanimation, sights and optics retextures, which you need for 3D shader scopes. All right, and now we're on to the gameplay changes. These are the important ones. Gun repair system streamlining. Okay. All right, here are the gameplay changes, starting with gun repair system streamlining. Guns do not have a percentage-based condition anymore. Okay, that's interesting, but the parts are now the important thing. Parts can be repaired in the same manner outside and inside a gun. Parts above 60% can be cleaned using cleaning kits. Parts below 60% can be repaired using a gun repair kit. Gun parts can be repaired within guns with a right-click maintenance clean/repair as before. Oh, gun lubes, gun sprays, ramrods, and files are now used as crafting materials for gun cleaning and repair kits. So I guess they're out of the game. We can't use them at all, period. Guns now display a jam chance probability stat. That's going to be interesting. Hopefully it doesn't jam too much. Accurate percentage-based defense values. The defense values are now displayed as a percentage. Thank you, Grok, because before you would just kind of look at your defense stats and you just wouldn't really know, exactly how much you had. But with this now, we see a straight percentage. That is so nice. The caps are also displayed. Okay, so there is a maximum resistance that you can have. All right, now we have Belt Items 2.0 and Artefacts Remake. These are the two that seem to be the most important for this update. Complete rework of all stats of all belt items, artifacts, pelts, and tech items. Okay, only one pelt can be equipped at a time. That's interesting. Pelt conditions depend on the knives you have in your inventory. Okay, so pelt's range is indicated in each knife stat. Oh, so we're going to need to carry around different knives because different knives will be better at skinning different pelts. That's interesting. But to balance this, pelts are now 4 times more common than before. Tech items upgrade recipes rebalance. Okay. Artifact values are tiered in 5%, 10%, 15%, and 20%, etc. increments. Negatives have been reworked to use new mechanics such as positive, negative bleed recovery, positive, negative radiation resistance, carry weight, and on top of the classic resistances. For more information, you can see the micro board here. Let's open that real quick before we move on. All right. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be saved for an ADHD guide episode because that is a lot. But here's a new thing. Artifacts now require mutant parts. As you can see on this empty, in order to craft it, we need 1 jellyfish, we need a pseudo-dog fang, and we need a snork mask, so you better be saving your mutant parts now. Alright, now the Artefacts Remake. Artifacts do not emit radiation anymore. This is how they were in the OG games, so this is fine by me. We no longer need anything to put them in. Artifacts can now increase resistance caps. Okay, all defenses are capped at 65% maximum damage reduction. By using a specific artifact build, the player can reach 95% resistance in caps in each for certain damage types. That is really interesting. Okay, I'm really curious to see how well balanced this is going to be because I'm starting to see that artifacts might be too OP, but we'll see. Artifact crafting remade, we did just look at that. T0 to T1, T1 to T2 only require 1 artifact, and T2 to T3 and T3 to T4 requires 2 artifacts and a mutant part. Removed artifact melter changes for crafting recipe. Okay. Artifacts in the south and the north spawn gradient has been remade. T3 and T2 artifacts will be harder to find in general. Okay, never mind. So this is how he's balancing it to make sure it's not too overpowered. Artifact spawn logic back to vanilla behavior. Artifacts types spawn in relation with anomaly field, fire and fire, etc. Okay, that's really cool. So we know where to look for certain artifacts. Artifacts take longer and longer to spawn while staying in a given map. Okay, that's interesting. Artifact spawn frequency is high when entering a map, and it progressively is reduced while remaining in a given map. Okay, so we want to be moving consistently to find artifacts instead of staying in the same place. Bleed system rebalance. Bleed power has been increased by a lot. No. Bleeds are now extremely dangerous and can kill you in seconds. Are you okay? Bleeds are much more random. Each hit will not okay, so it won't trigger from every single shot, but still, oh god, here we go with this. Bleed power depends on your current health after being hit. If you get hit and only have a few HP left, the bleed damages will be low compared to surviving a hit with a lot of health. Okay, so it scales. Bandages bleed reduction is happening over time instead of being instant. You need to upgrade bandages to okay, so this is how he gets us to use tourniquets. Sometimes it is better to use a red med kit and then a bandage to recover from a bleed. I mean, I do that anyways. Like, most of the time, I pop a med kit first and then bandage. Positive bleeding recovery artifacts build will quickly remove bleeding without the need of medical items, while positive passive healing artifacts will greatly help stabilize the bleeding damage and allow fast recovery during combat. Okay, so artifact builds look to be really, really important going forward. Armor rebalance, baby steps. Okay, so he's not done on this. Slight armor rebalance to address most broken armors. Generally reduce the in-game ballistic resistance. Okay, so he's trying to make the in-game harder, because I do agree, at the end of the game, you're a bit too overpowered. Increased radiation resistances for the scientific armors, that's good. More AF slots for all armors, okay. Proto-Exos now need heavy repair kits instead of exo repair kits. That is an amazing change, because that means we might actually get some uses out of Proto-Exos now. Alta and ballistic resistance has been improved, as well as telepathic protection, but the rad resistance has been reduced. Okay. Remade all NPC loadouts based on the new high-quality gun list of over 150 guns. Oh, that's really good. Took advantage of the new NPC loadouts weight system by TD to carefully set weapon rarity and differentiate faction identity even more. If you think some powerful guns are too common, tell me. Okay, you hear that, guys? Tell Grok if you keep finding OP gun after OP gun. Edited chance for scopes, GL, silencers to spawn on guns to be lower than before. Okay, yeah. So this was quite overpowered, specifically against Monolith. You'd kill a ton of Monolith, and you'd have so many attachments to sell. Like, by the end of doing the CMPP, typically I'd have over 100k worth of attachments just to sell. Smaller changes. Heavy metal magazines replace okay, I'm not going to say that because YouTube really doesn't like that word. Magazines, cards, and journals now allowed to pass time? Okay. Radiation cannot reduce your stamina to 0, only 15%, walk only. Red artifact is replaced by a bolt. This should allow for a better onboarding for new players. Bolt packs only give bolts. Axe to the vision slot. Increased axe hit distance and splash radius. Rip to the vision slot, boys. You will be missed. Quick knife can't be used while being equipped with a melee item. Display of melee weapons damage and penetration stats. NPCs detect disguise player more easily. Oh, that's going to screw me over in my current Merc playthrough, but good to know. Removal of electric anomaly blue screen effect. Doubled electric anomaly accumulation time, easier to throw a bolt and run through. Oh, okay, so that's nice for newer players, definitely. Increased electro mine radius, all right. Now we are finally on to the gunplay changes. 3D shader scopes added for all guns. I talked about this earlier. It is an amazing mod. Once you get in game, put a scope on your gun, like an actual variable scope. It is going to be so nice, I can promise you. Snipers now have +5 armor penetration. Snipers aim down sight speed is much faster. Some heavy guns aim down sight speed is much slower. Exo armors reduce guns' enhanced recoil effects. Cool. 762 by 39 damage increased from 40 to 45. Thank you. At some point, he like nerfed 762 by 39, so bringing the damage up slightly is so nice. Reduced 9 by 39 ammo box size from 15 to 12. More expensive, harder to craft. Okay, well, that's definitely one way to nerf 9 by 39, because if you've watched any of my playthroughs recently, I use a lot of 9 by 39 guns. Reduced slugs damage to actor to avoid double shotgun one shot early on. Okay, well, that just nerfed the shotgun I've been using. MP5 recoil reduce and accuracy increase. Dude, wait, what? Yeah, okay, at least he recognized it. It is now one of the best 9x19 SMGs. Dude, the MP5 is already insane because of the freaking speed at the rate of fire. It's insane. Reduced MP9 accuracy was too high. Increased RPM. Glock Hornest fixed and recoil reduced. Benelli and MP155 as C tier. MP153 and 155 have been removed. Oof. Desert Eagle now has a proper muzzle climb effect when shooting continuously. And the rest of this is kind of just like basic stuff. Weapon cover tilt offset update. Short gun should be able to be moved closer to the walls without triggering the tilt. Thank goodness, dude. This is like one of the most annoying things in the world. You'll have like a really small gun and you just can't fire. You have to keep backing up. It is so nice. All right, progression changes. Let's go. Traders buy items above 5% condition instead of 50. Okay, good. We can sell like almost anything to traders now. That's really nice. New repeatable and non-repeatable quests thanks to I think. Oh, we got the new task add-on. I didn't even see that. Yeah, this includes some multi-step tests. This is a really good add-on. The Brain Scorcher and Miracle Machine should both be disabled in order to progress north. Welp, rip my current playthrough. Artifacts and anti-psi drugs will not be able to protect you against the Scorcher psi barrier. I see. Okay, so no more cheating and like running through with some psi block. The radar map and Brain Scorcher have been made a little bit easier, less monoliths, less powerful monolithians. Okay, that kind of sucks though, because I use the Brain Scorcher to get some like good gear normally, so that sucks. Progressive toolkits. Your first yellow stash will always spawn a basic tools if it spawns a toolkit. Then your next stash will be able to spawn an advanced. Then your next stash will be able to spawn an expert. You can't have advanced tools super early. This also addresses to some extent the North faction progression, Monolith Sin, etc. Okay. D3 and T4 artifact recipes can be bought by the North ecologist traders. Okay. Level 1 MVG is harder to craft and can't be bought. I don't get what that change is really for. Scientific detector from Grizzly, no elite detect. Wait, okay. Yeah, so no more elite detector. That's interesting. March Scientist Field Task rewards random artifacts instead of lead box. Let's go. We can actually get random artifacts for that quest line. That's good. Jupiter Task rewards a random artifact instead of a lead box. Easier Swamp Clear Sky storyline. Military and Renegade Swamps. Thank you. Thank you. I was literally just doing this quest in the military. We're throwing like 8 grenades at me per second. I literally could not do it on the start of this new playthrough. Plus 8 kilogram base weight to better manage early game. That's very nice. Removal of survival kit and starting loadouts. PSU recipes don't need AAMs anymore. I mean, that makes sense because AAMs are removed. Knives influence mutant condition. We know that. Yellow stash probability equals 50% instead of 99%. Wait, it was at 99%? Oh, I think it meant, oh yeah, 99% after doing 7 or 8 tasks. Now it's 50% after 7 tasks. Wow, he's making it a lot rarer to get yellow stashes, but I guess that makes sense because it's going to be kind of easy now to get expert tools, I guess, because all you gotta do is loot a couple of yellow stashes and you'll have basic and then advanced and then expert. Remove the option to trade the Grozer for the Grozer. No, why would you do this to me? Radar Sessions doesn't drop expert tools anymore. This is to prevent army warehouse farming. Okay, yep, I see. He's getting around my ideas already. ISG MP5 start cost increase. Enemies in Agropon Underground should now respawn. Oh, okay. This should trigger a new Sakharov task. No more Not, Seraphim, and Bat in RF packages. Okay. I didn't even know you could get them in RF packages. Dang, dude. I guess I should have been doing that this entire time. None of these audio changes are particularly important, so we're just going to skip over that. Under graphics, pulse anomalies, brightness fix. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as far as I can see, none of these fixes are anything insane that need to be mentioned. Alright, so overall, what is my opinion on the new 3rd anniversary patch? I would say pretty good, but we're definitely going to have to test out a lot of things, which is good because I will be making an ADHD guide episode on this. The main thing to test is how OP artifacts end up being, because while yes, they do now require mutant parts and everything like this, I could easily see you doing some artifact farming and being able to become like quote-unquote super overpowered. Now, unfortunately, there is no more Lucifer in the game that makes you insanely overpowered. There is this new thing called Nataraha, which gives you almost the exact same stuff, but it has story implications. No idea what that means, but this, from what I can tell, is quite hard to get. So, like, for example, the Death Lamp, it says necessary to get Thanatos, which I'm guessing is used to get this Nataraha, and it says you need Goldfish, Oasis, Compass, and then the Volat Emerald. That is crazy. One thing I will mention real quick is these changes does seem like it's going to make it really hard to do an Invictus playthrough going forward, because you're going to have to spend a lot more time artifact farming, and even then, since he's nerfed late game resistances, you're going to get killed pretty quickly, pretty easily. So we will be doing another Invictus attempt at some point, but that is going to be very difficult. And that's it. Let me go ahead and end this recording so I can start editing, and then I can finally do a stream. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.